What's good, everyone? It's your boy Dak Not Away, aka the Dig Dug himself. And first and foremost, let me just say that is the first time I've used that intro all year. You can go back and look. None of the videos had them. I didn't make that many videos this year, but this is the first one I actually used it. Nevertheless, keep it moving. So, we are going to be talking about the Monster Hunter Rise Gunlance today. In the demo, I should note, this is just my impression on it in the demo. Now, I only use Lance and Gunlance. Gunlance is my secondary weapon, but I do love the weapon to absolute bits and tears. And the first thing I want to actually talk about is the Harpoon. Now, while it's fresh on the brain. Now, I don't know what it's actually called. I think it's called the Worm Stake. I think it's called the Worm Stake, but I'm going to call it the Harpoon. I will mention it as the Harpoon. It looks like a harpoon. So, far as the Harpoon is concerned, it is a lot slower than the original Harpoon from World. By a lot slower, I mean like maybe not too much slower, but it's still slower. The biggest issue I had with the Harpoon in World was the fact that you can get yourself caught up. You'd actually set yourself to actually do the actual attack, and then for whatever reason you would never actually get it because, well, the mouse would move or you get hit in the meantime just trying to set it up. In this game, it takes longer, but it does an insane amount of damage. Again, as far as the demo is concerned, damage that is close to that, if not more, than the Wyvern Fire. Now, before you get any further and start thinking, well, Dak, don't you know about the one combo? I do. We're going to talk about it right now. So there's a particular combo you can actually use if you want the Harpoon to come out a lot faster. So if you just use a charge attack, so if you charge a shot, then hold down an A on your controller, it'll actually shoot out the Harpoon much quicker, super fast. Honestly, if the Harpoon came out that fast all the time, it would be broken. So I'm kind of glad they relegated it to a particular attack, or combination of attacks, if you will. But I would like for them to actually make it to where you can do that for free. Like, just do it. Just actually do the command. No charging attack necessary. Just do it. But nevertheless, I mean, this is still fine. It's not like it's the end of the world. You can actually hold down your shells so that way you can charge your shelling attacks to different lengths. You can hold it for a little bit. You can hold it for a long time. You can hold it for a really long time. I'm not sure how focus would actually work into this, much how his focus worked as it did before. Maybe with focus it actually, again, just reduce the time in which it actually takes to get the fully charged shot out. But as it stands right now, having the ability to charge your charge shots at, not necessarily at a whim, but change the duration of your charge shots. That way it's not like it's either a shot or a charge shot. It could be a charge shot within however long you plan on holding it. Now, the power that actually exudes is a different thing altogether. Maybe the folks actually make it to where it actually hits a little bit harder because you can only charge it for so long. You can charge it for as long as you want, so on and so forth. It's to be seen. But I do like the change that they did with that. The fact that you can actually charge your charge shots for as long as you want it to be charged for. Granted, there is a cap, obviously, but you can charge for as little and as long as you like. That's nice. As well as the Harpoon, I'm really good on those sectors of the charge blade. The fact that the charge shots are nice. The Harpoon, it was, at first, to my knowledge, to my actual knowledge, nerfed, but then it was buffed with the actual extra combo, which is really cool. So let's talk about the silk bind attack that were given to us. The Team Rocket's blasting off again joint is good. I use it quite a lot in this particular gameplay. It's actually my favorite thus far. I don't use the other one too much because, I don't know, you do it in time, your sharpness goes back up. I don't know personally because I don't use too much HUD. I don't know how much it actually changes the sharpness, like if it goes up a lot, because only if it goes up a relatively considerable amount will I even attempt to even use it, because when I can just kind of like hide behind a rock, which we've been doing for 20 years now, almost 20 years, 10 years, 15 years now, hide behind a rock, take 5 seconds to sharpen your weapon and just keep it moving. That kind of works for me, you know what I mean? I can kind of feel that. But I mean, in a pinch, or when you're in a really clutch situation where, you know, your sharpness probably just went down and you wanted to get it right back up a little bit to do something else, sure, it does have that immediacy, if you will, so that's actually pretty nice. It's cool. It's not bad. I'm not gonna say it's bad at all. I actually like it. It's options. Giving the player options to do things is never a bad thing. When you have more ways to do one thing than just the one way to do it, it gives you the ability to pick and choose depending on situations, which is good, which I'm a fan of. Now, the Team Rocket's blasting off again joint is just strong. That's there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can just do it raw. You can blast off again. You can just, it's just good. It's great for a lot of things. You can use it to get yourself out of trouble. You can use it to set up a huge attack. You can just, it has utility. That's actually really good. Not a lot of things get a whole lot of utility, and that particular silk bind attack does. So I'm actually happy about that. Now, when it comes down to the other things about the Gunlance, it is a little bit faster. Again, that I spoke about than that of World. It's a little faster. It's good. Like, it's good. It's the same Gunlance. You know, it's the same Gunlance. It's the poke, upswing, or poke slam full burst, or it's the shield pokes. Those actually come out a lot faster. That's actually really useful. It's just good. I don't know what to say. There wasn't so many divisive things that changed with it than that of the Lance. I have to speak about a lot of things with Lance, but the Gunlance, I don't know what's going on, but they've been buffing the Gunlance to no end. They've given the Gunlance nothing but buffs. I see no actual nerfs here. What I thought was a nerf was technically a stealth buff in disguise. It's just good. It's just really good. The Gunlance is faster, which is a problem it had. It actually can resharpen its own sharpness, which is a problem it also had, because when you're using lots of weapon fire and lots of shelling, your sharpness goes down quite a bit. It even has a way to get out of a lot of situations or to fall up into massive amounts of damage. It's just great. I mean, I will probably have to see which... Oh, also, again, wide shots can do stun damage now. So if you do a lot of wide shot shell types, if you run a wide shot shell type and then shell a monster in the head, you can knock out said monster. But I want to see what other changes come to the typings though, like long, normal, and wide. Because right now, it's looking right now in the demo that normal is very strong, because the Harpoon does, again, equal to if not more damage than that of the weapon fire. Because I believe each little tick hits for at most about 10, and then it hits for about 15 or so times, and then a big 77 at the end. The weapon fire does 76 or so and hits 3 times. So it does equal to if not more than that of the, or just around the same. It's in the ballpark, let's say, of the weapon fire. So we need to really see what the weapon shot types actually do. So is the normal still as it is with the full burst getting an extra bonus? Is the 5th generation way in which the long and wide are going to work the same? I.e. wide does more for the weapon fire and also the Harpoon, and then long is really good for the charge shots. Is charge shots going to be the new meta with the way all this is actually being distributed and whatnot? Who is to say? We just need to see the game in its entirety for me to make any of these real assumptions, factoids, if you will. But it gives you a lot to think about though, because there's a lot of new and interesting things that the Gunlance has been provided that will really shape up to see what the meta will actually bring for it. Because again, the Gunlance is actually a talking point in the meta, whereas a couple years back it wasn't even in the meta whatsoever. So we'll see. Rise is shaping up to be a great game for both the Lance and the Gunlance, and I'm curious to see what either of these things full on bring to the table. So with that being said, everyone, these are my thoughts on both the Gunlance and the Lance. The Lance was a video over there. Feel free to watch if you like. I'm not going to link it, but you know, it's probably in the description. Not description, but in the sidebar or something. But yeah, as a Lancer and a Gunlancer, that's how I feel. These are my thoughts. The Gunlance is just fantastic. It's not been nerfed, it's just been doing great. And I don't really play any other weapons, so don't expect more weapon analysis or opinions on other things, because I'm pretty sure I would just botch the whole thing. But again, guys, with that being said, it's been your boy. Take care. Expect more videos. I'm having fun with this. Also, it's snowing outside, and I live in Texas. Haha.